Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CappingTV. This is the RGL Invite Highlander Season 7 week, the third Snakewater week here, and we are going to be bringing you Refrigerator versus My Netgraph is a War Crime. My name is Ira. I'm here with Just Jazz on production and Lugnuts casting with me. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty well, man. How are you?
Oh, doing all right. Just having some lovely morning Monday. Well, not Monday morning, Monday afternoon Highlander. But we're just here to take through some of the, I don't know, I guess more interesting teams in the division. We first start with, My Netgraph is a War Crime, which is Nip Nop on Scout, DZ Creeper, Soldier, TK Pyro, Octa on Demo Man, Beanie, Heavy, Nico Jins, Engineer, Dinko Medic, SAR Sniper, and of course Homeless on Spy. Kind of interesting team. These guys were moved up from Advanced after Pyongyang died last week. So, I don't know, gonna be interesting to kind of see. There's a lot of like really good names in that team, like DZ Creeper, who have been around for a long time. But also some new kind of up and coming players, guys like SAR. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe run down the rosters for Refrigerator.
Alright, on the side of Refrigerator, we got Art looks like RK on Scout, Pup on Soldier, Artist Hispanian on Pyro, Pyrian on Demo Man, AGB on Heavy, Aeon on Engineer, Casper on, what is that? Medic, right. Page on Sniper, Sniper or Spy? And
Page is gonna be Sniper and then Visit on Spy.
Yeah, Visit on Spy. Forget the class orders. As I'm not really from the region, I don't really know too much about these players or these teams. What can you tell us about Refrigerator?
I'm not necessarily so in touch with the Highlander scene, but I can definitely tell you, Page, very good sniper. Arts Hispanian, not a Pyro main, but he's playing Pyro. So some off-classing, more casual team, but I don't know, it's gonna be interesting to see. They definitely have like the more solid roster than My Netgraph is a War Crime, but that's kind of understandable given that they were a move-up team.
So you reckon they're the favourites to win this match then?
Yeah, I would go for that, and I think especially on Swiftwire, maybe you can kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you was talking about Nico being a better engineer. On Swiftwater, that's one where you can have a pretty high impact if you can get those holds up properly, depending on how your team plays it. Also, if Warcrime has players that are maybe more comfortable on their classes, if not as seen as good as those on Refrigerator, they could still maybe pull some stuff out, as Swiftwater can be a very tactical map with less DM fights than maybe some other maps you might see.
Yeah, definitely. And, we've never seen these guys play Invite before. This is going to be their first match of the season. And, they did reasonably well in advance. They weren't top, but I believe they went like 1-1, if I remember correctly. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
But, I think it'll be interesting to see at least now.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully you're going to see a good game, seeing lots of pushes hopefully last instead of just a roll one way or the other. Be fun
Hopefully
to see.
so. Also, yeah, someone corrected me in chat. Arsenal was originally a Pyro main. He just hasn't played it in a bit.
Right. So you'd say Refrigerator then is maybe the more experienced team for, this division, this map, maybe this league.
Definitely overall, although they do have 5 soldiers still.
Right. Well, maybe they're not planning on going into the game with 5 soldiers, but maybe that's just what they're most comfortable with.
I mean, I'd watch that.
Yeah, of course. TF2, 5 soldiers, a couple of other random classes thrown in there. See what happens.
All it takes is 1 scout.
Yeah, one scout with a beam.
TF2 is to be believed.
And when isn't it? Of course.
100% of the time, always. And we are just waiting on some people to get into the server, as you do. It's Highlander.
Yeah, it's Highlander. Be lucky if it starts within the hour, as typical games go. But
yeah,
I mean, hopefully we won't be seeing any 8v8s or something like that coming out at the end of the day. We'll just see good, clean 9v9 Highlander fun.
Well, one team has 9 in it, so if anything, it's an 8v9. But
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, we're 5 minutes before going live. I check SAR's page, and like, why are you still scrimming?
That happens. 5 minutes, 15 minutes. It only counts up from ready up time unless the rules are different in America.
Yeah.
But yeah, what more are we expecting to see from these teams here, from these holds? I know like a lot of teams vary how they hold this Swiftwater first point. You know, some teams prefer to hold sort of back in the tunnel with a more soft hold on first, whereas like a lot of the teams in Australia prefer to really hard hold the first corner. What's
Really,
more the norm here, or
that's
what can we
interesting.
expect to see?
I know at least whenever I've played Highlander in NA, like it's more of a passive hold. Like you hold in tunnel with your gun, and then you just try to get out without losing it.
Right,
But
right.
I think it's interesting actually that you guys do like tend to hard hold. Like, what's your average like first time?
Uh, well, that's a difficult one because
Or, like, what
we're
would be like a normal to you?
okay. So for a normal team, you can expect maybe 2 minutes roughly first point.
Okay.
Um, a lot of the times they hard hold the first corner to give them time to set
Hmm.
up on second instead of trying to hold in tunnel. In which case, if you lose the tunnel hold, you can't really reliably get up that second hold that well.
Uh, so
So
what I see when I've played is you give up the tunnel fairly easily, but a lot of the hold is going to come in when you're in that upper room, and you have like your demo and your combo there, just holding it,
oh
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
can hold tunnel. But
Australian teams seem pretty terrible at holding that, to be honest. But
yeah,
I mean, not for lack of trying. Most of the time, they get a pretty decent setup there after holding the first
hmm,
corner, because that first hold goes down, they usually have quite a lot of time to set up in that upper room. But I mean, even with all the time in the world, quite honestly, they're hitting faces. Australian teams like to play fast and loose, really DM heavy. So
yeah.
lots of frags come through, the hold falls apart or it stays through, just depending on who hits more shots. And then, yeah, usually the rest of the map is a roll till last.
Hmm. That's interesting. You don't see like many like holds on third. I mean, obviously in general when the teams are more even, you'll see like holds on third and on last. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. This map can kind of go like that, where it can be a real roll until last, or it can be like grueling.
Yeah. If you're watching the team get up a sentry on every single point, you
Yeah.
know, building Ubers on every single point, this map can take ages. But I mean, you can have good games on here where sort of both sides seem to roll it. You don't really get any really solid holds, and it goes both
Hmm.
to the lasts. And there's still some good, fun, fast-paced games. And then, of course, yeah, like we said, you've got the really long, grueling ones. But either way,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be a pretty entertaining match if the two teams are still pretty even.
Yeah. Either way, I don't think this would be a particular role, but I can't really say again because with the teams not actually playing yet.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at this stage, it's all just speculation. But I mean, we know at least one side is a bit more familiar with the soldiers, so.
Yeah, in that regard, definitely. They're down to 4.
Slowly
So
bleeding
we're
soldiers,
getting
hopefully
there.
down to one by the time the game starts.
Hopefully, you never know.
You never know,
They
it's
just like to do it
Highlander.
and just see how long it takes them to notice.
When you run at least 3 spies disguised as something
Yeah,
else, just waiting for them to notice something out of the ordinary.
yeah. Uh, we do finally have 18 in the server, which is a good sign.
18 in the server with only. When was this match supposed to start, I wonder?
This match was supposed to start almost 20 minutes ago.
Oh, of course, so still normal Highlander time then.
Yeah. Theoretically, I could punish them for this, but I don't know if I will.
Yeah.
We got those casting rules now. Thanks, RGL.
Oh wow, so you guys actually have casting rules
Yeah.
for your stuff. I don't think we have any of those in Australia yet.
So,
Oh.
Anarchy.
Yeah,
You don't have any
absolute
rules?
anarchy. So some of the Respawn League, I think, is implementing some of them now. They're trying to get a little bit of order for the Highlander stuff in, but none for sixes yet. I'm pretty sure,
Hmm.
apart from maybe standard alias rules.
Maybe. I
Maybe.
mean, I don't know. Let's see how we got the. Actually, most people have their real name, which is pretty impressive. Although I don't know who Vegemite is.
Right. Well, we can take a guess once they eventually hop off. Oh, Demo Man, not Soldier. So,
Uh,
or maybe they
well,
won't.
Paren is the main demo, so they're gonna switch off.
Right. Let's see what they end
I
up
would
on.
imagine. I don't know. I don't. That's always the fun thing you can do in pregame. It's just like, wait, who's this actually though?
Try to guessing who the players are, seeing what classes they might play when they're not playing Soldier.
Yeah. Actually, for Blue has 2 soldiers as well, but DZ Creeper's also on Demo Man. I wonder if that's a change they're making. I doubt it, but like, could be.
Yeah, maybe just pre-game shenanigans. Maybe it's an entire new team shake-up that we're seeing. You never know till the game starts.
Yeah, they might not even know.
Yeah, but they could not even know till the game starts. This is Highlander.
This is Highlander.
Anything goes.
I'm actually kind of curious because you guys over in Australia, for the American viewers watching, have been running Highlander outside of Highlander.
Oh, yes.
On your very successful Sixes team. With, what is it? It's a Pyro, Sniper, and NG?
Pyro, Heavy, and NG, and a Spy as well. Quite often.
No Sniper?
No Sniper full-time, no. Although we're thinking of maybe changing that bit up. Our Roma can sort of play everything, so he does kind of play everything, which works out pretty nicely. But no, we've been receiving a lot of, maybe I didn't say an acid reaction for our team's existence.
Yeah. How's the finding scrims?
Impossible. There's exactly one team that agrees to scrim us. So we've had more officials than we've had scrims, which is good
that's
fun.
Great. But I mean, hey, if you can't beat it.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems that a lot of the teams in the league can't beat it at this moment. So since we're currently shaping up, if we go pretty well in our next games, we might get to playoffs.
Oh damn! Imagine that grand finals.
Originally, we're going to try to force the grand finals to make them cast us, but Just Jazz has been really good in getting them to cast our games and give us some coverage.
Yeah, you guys played last night.
Yeah, we did actually. I still haven't slept since that game as well.
What time is it in Australia? I don't even know.
In Australia right now, I think it's 1, but I'm in New Zealand, so it's 3 o'clock for me, 3 p.m.
Oh, New Zealand. What? That's whack.
Yeah. It's a bit of a different time.
Unfortunate. How's NZ Fortress?
Non-existent. It's Oz Fortress.
Unfortunate.
The NZ gamers try to ignore each other as much as humanly possible. I actually think the city that I'm in has a ton of them, a ton of other gamers in that, I just didn't even know existed here until the other day. Like, there's one guy I met up with, but everyone else, no clue.
Oh, okay, I'm hearing ready up sound, but Blue still has their wrong class. Actually, both teams still have their wrong classes. I don't know how they're ready up.
They're just saying they're ready to play the game as it is.
They've agreed to play with 2 soldiers each.
I mean, gentlemen's agreements have a very strong standing in Highlander.
That's true.
In our last game, we had a gentlemen's agreement to play with only 8 players per team.
Yeah.
From 2009 Highlander.
Oh my god, we have a countdown, but unless my HUD is just broken, there's still 2 there we go.
Seems like
they changed it. We're fine into the game.
Looks like Vegemite is the heavy.
Yeah, looks weird. So that would be, if I tab out to Discord really quickly, I think AGB. So
that's about right.
But yeah, not seeing anything too atypical. Just where's this gun actually? I lost the NG. Oh yeah, it's just in the standard one in the tunnel. But not seeing anything too out of the ordinary.
Just gonna see how this push goes then.
You guys gotta see like what they do at the window to intimidate each other.
Yeah. This is the first psychological battle. We don't actually do that a lot in our scene in Australia. It just doesn't really happen.
You just do it in real life?
Really look out of it. Yeah. Just look over at the person sitting in the building across from you and make threatening motions.
They just think you're a crackhead.
Maybe they're not wrong.
Maybe. But anyway, we're actually gonna finally get into a round here. And I don't know, I'd imagine we're just gonna see a pretty standard sack wave, soldiers jumping up over the house. He's all alone though, he's on an island. Oh, he's somehow still alive, I don't even know how.
Yeah, hasn't died, got the pack as well, so...
Oh, he's gonna create it. Yeah, unfortunate. Okay, gonna take him down for the first kill of the game, and the only one so far.
Gets taken out by the sniper in return.
Yeah, kind of surprising not to see, like, a kind of proper sack wave. It was really just the soldier, and then people ran up tracks. But I mean, hey, it kind of worked. They got a lot of space.
I guess they're still pushing the cart, so they're just taking it easy for now, right?
Okay, so Paige is still in the house, actually. So the sniper's behind on red. See if he can get something, like, really cheeky onto the meta, because they push up the cart.
The
Is there
sentry
all...
has already been pulled back to second as
Oh,
well.
Page? Page? Please. Oh no, he does surely not. Okay, he didn't actually get it. He's kind of stuck behind though. Yeah, finally spotted out by the edge sheet.
RK finds the spider with a direct hit on him while fully invisible, but just lets it go.
Oh, you can see here we got the loose cannon, all the unlocks coming in this upper room hold. And that's Pyro Uber coming through with the flog, surprisingly. So, not even gonna switch off. Sentry gun going down for blue. This Pyro Uber hasn't really found anything, and red pops so much later just to get the door shut in their face.
Pyro's
But
now
still holding
popping
it.
flog as well. Oh, just goes instantly down to the heavy.
Yeah, they were ready for that. But I don't know, actually the blue
Play.
heavies managed to get all the way through, and the sentry on red is down, so this hold was broken fairly quickly.
The flank has gotten quite a lot of space forward on the cart, and seem to be getting this really close to the point here. Different as the players to defend it.
Yeah, actually, the Johnny from Cali, the Pyro, Arts Hispanian, you know, he's actually held it all his own. The scout Nipnop, he's just running on through the combo. Casp is lucky to escape as his life. 20 HP. Actually getting chased by the Pyro. Was he gonna live? Oh,
Yeah,
just
gets out. Just by a
Yeah.
sliver.
hits his Vanny bind in spawn. Thank God. That was very close.
The point has been capped by the blue team though, and they're rolling this towards 3 with only a level 1 being set up to defend, so...
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to really get this hold up too far. Star's got to pick onto the heavy as well. That's not gonna help things.
They do have quite a significant Uber advantage though, because of that escape from Casper, so... Maybe they
Yeah,
can
very
use that to
fortunate.
their advantage here.
I can actually see Uber's, my HUD's broken, so if I missed that, that's...
Right. Well, mine seems to be working fine, so I'll try to keep you updated.
Alright, epic. Spy, homeless, getting found out. And same with Viscid. Dinko actually getting a saw on that, so... Gonna
Almost looks
negate
like
the Uber
two
advantage a
saw.
little
That's
bit.
up to 66%, so...
Oh, nice. But, yeah, just... I don't know, we got a wrangled mini-sentry just raining down terror. Nipnop's gonna go down on the flank. And it looks like this hold's really stabilized around the corner.
Yeah, just a little bit of peeking. Sentry gun, still no real luck with the sentry gun from the red team though, so... We'll see if they do manage to get that up in time for the push, but it is now even Ubers, so... Might not come up in enough time to really create any large impact.
Yeah, I don't know, I just have to see. Homeless, he's back in position, could go for something here. No, he's found out. Arts Hispanian, he's too smart for that. A lot of the flank actually going down here for blue, red as well.
Yeah, Soldier attempted to pick up a frag on the sniper, but got taken
They're
out.
actually gonna take an Uber exchange now here.
Right. Seems to be going decently favorably for red here, as they pick up quite a lot of frags during it.
Yeah, and has managed to live, that's very fortunate. And Paige is gonna pick up a drop in the meantime. No scouts.
Arcade does come up and clean up the medic though, so that means another large Uber advantage for Casper.
Definitely, yeah, that's really good. I didn't see quite how he went down there. I thought he was safe.
He pulled out with the heavy, but then the soldier got on them late, and yeah, heavy just wasn't able to prevent him from cleaning up the frag.
Yeah, clutch play from RK then.
Sure.
But I don't know, they're really struggling to break this hold here on third.
Yeah, despite the
Poor
lack of the
Necro.
sentry, they have been, having a pretty good hold running here.
Oh, and Dinko's gonna go down to Fizzard. That's not gonna help matters.
No, not at all. Seems like some really good plays coming out from their players to just solidify this hold. Just stop any real attempts at pushing. But Casper does go down to the sniper, so that will be an even Uber situation now. If not Uber, ad for blue.
Yeah, Sarge kind of saving his team there. But I don't know, still this hold has taken an uncomfortably long time, even if they have to give it up now.
For sure. Although they did take the first 2 points pretty quickly, so they do have a lot more time to, spend on cracking this third hold.
Yeah, it looks like I finally have more time to come in, but again, that's just like 2 of their combo just go down, the heavy and the pyro, and they seem really disconnected from pretty much everything.
Yeah, these players just aren't really able to survive.
Oh my god, this heavy is in such a good position. Dinko is cowering behind the truck, gonna go down. This like red team just pushing forward a little bit when they need to has caught them out so many times.
Yeah, just absolutely dominating that whole left side there every time the blue team tries to play around it.
Sar
It's
seems
looking
to be warming up pretty well, though. I got 2 picks there, albeit not the most impactful ones.
They did get down RK though, who's been doing a pretty good job in applying pressure onto
But Page
certain
is going to
players
win
with
the
blue,
SVS.
which does
I
give
don't know.
another large advantage to Red for the defense.
Yeah, if
And a
Dizzy
stab on the
Creeper
demo
goes
as well.
down. I don't know. Actually, yeah, Dizzy Creeper is playing Demo Man, so theoretically starting a Soldier. Kind of interesting to see. So Octa switching to Soldier instead.
Now, the heavy for Red has gone down here, which does give Blue an opportunity here, although they still have a pretty big Uber disad.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what's going on. Like, they just have yet to crack this, really.
Yeah, they're just not really being able to get their aggression onto them yet, with, just forward players from Red constantly setting them off guard. And again, the heavy and demo are sort of moving forward on this left room here.
Holvis has managed to get onto the gun, so maybe a lapse for the NG there. I think they're stuck into spawn brief. So it looks like this point will finally be forfeited.
It does kind of seem like this gun hasn't really been up for too much of these holds. At this stage, I wonder if the engineer is considering, maybe doing something like running mini sentries or something.
The Red Medic is alone. Casp is completely on an island. Wins a 1v1 against Homeless. Now it's to fight the Demo Man. Oh, it does get taken down, so...
There you go,
Finally, the hold's going down.
finally the cap for Blue here onto this third point.
But 7 minutes.
Yeah, with a 2-minute time for the first 2 caps, then all that time pushing it up to 7 minutes for that third, that's got to be painful.
And we are actually seeing a bit of a fourth hold here for Red. I would have expected them back out with their numbers not being so great, but the Heavy's in a very strong position now, just absolutely mowing down people. Beanie goes down as well. So, I don't know, it's kind of established? I don't know. Yeah, they have the gun on the ramp, so yeah.
Yeah, this has been a pretty successful stall to that push that, had a potential to roll on straight to the last point. It's a really good defense there, just stopping that.
Yeah, but with Visit and Page going down, that's a lot of space for Blue to start getting forward without fear of the sniper or the spy. And, RK went in for a little on the flank, didn't get anything with it. Did help the scout find the sniper of Sar. It looks like, with Blue Uber coming out, have to get onto this gun, or else, oh no, it's just gone terribly.
With Pup and Vegemite going down early in that, there are even players after this exchange, but Red does look like it has the better Uber.
Oh,
which allows them to get right onto the meta here as well.
Ours Hispanian actually managed to find Dinko.
Yeah, that's
had
really devastating for Blue.
Had the better Uber on Red and just managed to run at them with the tail end of it and pick up the medic. But Caspa went down to Homeless. I feel like that's the first time I've really seen him in the kill feed all game, but I mean, hey, you find it when it counts.
Yeah,
that has to be backing out to last.
Definitely a lot of frags coming out after that situation has been resolved, And with Casper going down there, that gives Dinko the advantage here again for this push. So kind of salvaging that sort of messy post-Uber fight, and they get the point as well, so... Sort of Blue finding their way on top out of that situation.
So 9 minutes going into the last. We'll have to see if they can manage to make their last split hole any cleaner than the last 2.
Well, level 3 Sentry Gun set up for Red Team, so that is going to give them a bit of a better chance here than the other points that they've been holding. It doesn't seem like they've really needed that too much so far, anyway.
Page has gone down, that's big. A lot of players from Blue falling as well on the flank, and actually just going to take this Uber straight in onto the gun. Pyro not doing the best job defending it, they did go down. But still have the Heavy above the cart there to be an absolute terror. He's gone down. Actually, this last push looking very clean.
Yeah, they have gotten a lot of frags. Although there are now blast classes coming in to defend, and the bottle fight on the cart being interrupted by the soldier, allowing them to push it over.
9:59. That could have been worse given how bad that third push was.
Yeah, definitely. Picking up those first 2 points so fast and, getting through that fourth point after that bad Uber trade just really worked wonders for them to sort of salvage that round.
That last push was really well executed.
Very clean.
And maybe a bit of a misplay from Arts Hispanian in how he was defending the gun there. But either way, it is now Netgraph's turn to defend. Everyone just up on the roof. No window shenanigans.
We'll see. We'll see if... Yeah.
Just a demo man with a pan.
Just a demo man with a pan. A lot of great stories have started this way.
Where is the gun? Is it being built?
I can hear it.
I can't, it's not in the tunnel in the standard spot, so where is it?
It is being built in spawn.
Oh, he's just building a spawn moving forward. Okay. You don't really have to do that on Swiftwater, but I guess you can.
No, not really. Yeah, the gun is now being set up on second here, so yeah, just ignoring that sort of first point and just going.
Maybe just not confident in their hold, would rather just kind of give it up a little bit instead of like wiping on it.
Definitely.
I don't know if they'll expect this though. Because it looks like a pretty standard, just, hey, let's get forward, let's start taking position, and then probably run some sacks in for blue.
Yeah, position being taken on the roof there by the red soldier, but you know, nothing can really be done here. They're just being sort of shoved into tunnel. And he does go down the sniper as well.
Yeah, like their entire team is just in this corner tunnel. This is really weird positioning. They have to give up now.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose way too much.
Down as well, so they're now 2 down. But Ock does come back up, and he's going to be there for the hold on to second.
So Page is going to have a real good time just peeking in, although there's a scout. They'll be able to get in a bit of a more advanced angle. And already the direct hit spam on this gun. Fortunately, the Wrangler is just so good.
Used to be better.
You used to be better, man. And we finally see now the Pyro using the most stupid unlock of all, the Scorch Shot. To clear all those stickies with absolutely no skill.
The sentry gun did go down to that direct hit spam as well.
That Pyro almost got through the door with the Uber. And I don't believe that Red... Oh my god, the Spy! The Spy almost butter knifed Casper.
So close, but he gets away with his life. He's had quite a few escapes here over the course of this game so far. Very narrow escapes.
And yeah, we got Scout on the cart. Just people trying to push through tunnel. Not a whole lot being found.
Sniped, yeah.
And if not, going down. And it looks like, yeah, we're finally going to see the blue Uber through the top room. Especially a little sooner, but Dinko just caught out. I think wasn't really prepared for it like we saw Red did last time.
Yeah, which means a lot of red players are dying here, which should result in a pretty clean cap for blue for the rest of this point.
Yeah, that's 100% secured. They got their level 2 up on tracks by the point. It is 100% going down. Let's see if they can push this third point any cleaner than Netgraph did.
It looks like they're really gaining position here, so it should be really hard for Red to set up here for this hold. This should be a pretty clean push through to third, if they do get people on cart.
They're just going to go straight for the fourth hold on a ramp, I think.
Pretty good decision. Hopefully they'll get up a solid hold there. But
yeah, already a couple people getting forward. Arcade going down. But I think they should be able to establish some kind of a hold here. They got the sentry on ramp, got the heavy forward.
Demo does get caught out there as well on blue and does go down, so they should have even more time to defend this hole. And the heavy goes very low, but just makes it out of there around the corner.
Yeah, and he just barely making it out. But Homeless went down trying to get a little something on the combo. I don't know, that's kind of expected, just the life of a spy. And Paren again going down. Sorry, he's warming up.
Yeah, he's not really having a good time on these pushes here, you know? This is the second time he's sort of gotten forward there and died, so...
Yeah.
See if he gets a bit of better luck on this third push.
Yeah, I expect a little more from Paren on that. Like, they're a very, very, very good demo, so... Expect a little more. Scout just weaseling his way in through the window, trying to take a 1v1 with Soldier. He's 1 HP. Finally finishes it off.
They got the Soldier, but gets cleaned up himself in return as well.
Hate to see it.
Spy on the sniper though, and he backstabs Page.
And Paren went down again to SAR.
Wow, really bad luck here for these pushes.
Maybe just not respecting.
Yeah. Not really sticking with his team enough, maybe.
This feels like a bit of what we saw from Netgraph when they pushed third last time. Just sort of bleeding players constantly, where you're like, whenever you're trying to make a push, you're just down one member of your combo, or down your flank, or, you know. It's just, you can't do that.
Ideally, they're looking to make this the same kind of hold that they've had to face on third, but...
And for that Uber change, it's really not gone all too poorly for them. They went down like 4-3. Oh, and actually no, Casper went down in the post Uber.
Yeah, which will give an Uber advantage to Red as long as they get Dinko out of here.
As long as they do, and I think they will. He's very safe.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the blue players are getting in onto him at the moment, so...
Yeah, but I don't know, a fair amount of space taken at least. Haven't really been able to get around the barrage.
Yeah, they have
But-
taken out the spy, and they do finally have a lot of space on the cart, so the medic being very low,
Oh!
so...
God, Dinko, do not peek that shutter.
Cut
They
out
don't
by
have
himself,
much
though.
choice.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. Like, they just lost some fights and it all crumbled from there. Almost a
Yep.
complete wipe, but Homeless respawned.
Yeah, really good pressure from the blue team, pushing through on the cart while they
Yeah, they're
were all sort
already
of in
on
front of the garage area. And just being
Yeah.
able to get hide on players, get that good spam on them. And,
See if they
just
can
lower
break
the
this
health
spawn
nicely.
camp before the cart is there.
Blue
It
has
looks like
done
they
a
are.
really good... Sick.
Actually, yeah, the all players went down pretty easily, so.
Hmm.
Will still be a last hold, unless RK has something to say about it. He's jumping in. He's getting absolutely denied.
Not too much luck there, but we'll see what happens when Visit gets forward, if he can get forward. See if he can make a play onto them.
I have to see. Sar gonna find Aeon on the flank, and Page's gonna go down, so good picks for the defense here. They do need to hold this for 4 minutes, which is quite some time, but it's very doable on this last.
Definitely, as long as they hold it, as long as they hold this for longer than they pushed it in, then they might have a better time here. Although 4 minutes is a pretty hard ask when the other points have been capped so relatively quickly.
Oh, Sar's going for a big shot, not gonna hit it, just gonna get out with his life. Let's see, Homeless could be in a good position here. In the
Frags
upper row.
still being exchanged in this time, when with a big Uber advantage from Blue, this could be enough to just push the cart over the edge.
It could be. Stab onto the heavy, though, as soon as the Uber comes out, is not going to be a great start to the exchange. But only with the Sentry being a level 1. The rank was good, but it's not that good.
Yeah, the demo does get cut off from the rest of the Uber after his medic gets air blasted behind and does die in the middle of the enemy team. We'll see if Blue has enough damage potential to carry this over, but it doesn't really look like they have the frags to do it.
Really good collapse there from Red onto the cart. As soon as that looked like it was going a little south for them with the gun going down. Everyone knew what they had to do, they got their kill, and well, they did what they needed.
Playing a very clean, methodical game for that hold
Yeah.
there.
Well, that very nearly went south with the gun being down. And you can see the cart it's dangling.
Just a few centimeters away from dropping over the edge.
Yeah, but big kills on the flank will stall any push for Blue for the time being. And they don't need to rush this either. They have more than enough time to just get their Uber, take an exchange, play picks.
We'll see if this Uber ad from Red can delay enough time to, really solidify this hold for the remaining 2.5 minutes they have to get.
Oh,
all
Castle
those
went down.
frags as well.
Oh my god, Homeless! 2 big kills also. Page and Peren. Medic goes down. The offense just absolutely crumbled, and now this could start getting a little tense for them. The cart is now back enough that they don't have to actually commit to the low ground constantly.
Should give them better position for this hold as long as they keep doing the same holds they did for the last one, running the same kind of interference, then they have a pretty good chance of holding this over. But again, 2 minutes is a pretty long amount of time. The blue team will have long enough to build Uber and maybe secure some pretty crucial frags.
Yeah, the attempt from Homeless was denied this time, so no sneaky spy picks as they do take the upper room. Just Page to contend with, see if he can hit a really good shot. He does not. So it looks like we're just sort of gearing up for this Uber exchange in.
Yeah, Visit going down as well will stop any other picks coming out.
going down early. This could be really bad. Arts Hispanian going down, and RK.
Yeah, quite a lot of frags coming out on both sides here for that gun as well.
I thought we paused, but it was just STP like, thank god.
Alright.
Highlander paused Megalol. And there's the Uber finally coming in, but it's just stuffed. It's stuffed by the Pyro.
Yeah. Complete denied, which does give maybe enough time to get the sentry back up.
And Homeless in the post are gonna come and get the stab. The whole combo is down. And now, 1 minute left. They can get Uber, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be really close, because the medic has just come back up now. They have to be building constantly to try to
Do you
get
see
it.
any special miniguns?
No, just looks like he's running stock medigun for this one. Just looking to
Has
try to
faith.
play it normally. Yeah. Do another Uber, hopefully not get taken down by the Pyro. But
Yeah.
both, that last Uber and the one before, both denied by the Pyro, so...
Good start from Page, the demo going down from the sniper, and the sniper of SAR as well. So Vizard finally finding some impact. I mean, that's a good start, and the gun is only level 2. That's something.
Heavy has just been taken down as well, so they have lost a lot of stocking power on the car.
Yeah, they have. Respawn's gonna be coming in fairly late on that. The Nico Jim's revenge crit's actually gonna find someone. A
Love to see
classic.
it.
That's like the peak engineer moment, just the dopamine rush. And there's only 5 seconds, just like that.
There you go, really successful holds from Red. Lots of frags came out on both teams there, but yeah, just Red had the better of it.
So Nagra actually gonna manage to sneak out a first round in this with, despite their very sloppy offense, they're just absolute ironclad last hold. We'll take it for them.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we will say it's a sloppy offense. It was only really in regards to that third hold where they
Yeah.
really lacked up on the offense, because they did get through both the first two and the fourth and fifth pretty quickly.
Yeah.
To set a pretty decent time overall, even with a 4-minute third hold, which took up the large bulk of the time they set. So
Yeah. Well, they had a
good struggle overall.
4-minute third push, but then they had a almost 5-minute last hold, so it
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
out.
Managed to balance out for them pretty nicely.
And I mean, hey, if they
Really?
can hold that kind of defense again, they're going to be starting on that same side.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just the work that Pyro did in denying those Ubers was really crucial for them. Just preventing them. The first one, the demo got through on the gun, but he was completely cut off and was able to be picked up very soon afterwards. And then the second one, you saw just completely denied. Wasn't able to get absolutely anything because of that Pyro.
Yeah, that happened a couple times where, Peren would manage to push in, like, get the gun, sometimes even before the Uber happened, but the rest of the Uber would just get completely stuffed, and then in the post-Uber, Blue would just almost wipe.
Yeah.
And big plays coming out from Homeless as well in a lot of those, like managing to use the chaos of that Uber to get in, get a pick as soon as it ends, and then it seemed like it would all crumble. Vizard didn't have the same impact.
No. Well, he did make a few plays where he could. Yeah, he just didn't sort of swing the fight as much as his counterpart managed to do. So.
Yeah. And I mean, not a big surprise, Homeless has been around for quite some time, just sort of bringing up this team. And I don't know if he's like calling that for them.
Right, okay. It's the elusive spy calls that I've heard so much about.
But I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. While we do wait for teams to ready up, we're going to see if we can maybe find some logs to cast our eyes at. Highlander logs, I don't know, they're always worth looking at.
Oh yeah, of course. It's fun to see how some of the other classes might do. Like the engineer, the pyro, stuff like that.
It's always good to, like, if you play demo, just say, like, oh yeah, I got like 600 DPM last game,
Yeah. Well, I've seen a 1,000 DPM sniper game once. It was something crazy.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see those logs because we are actually ready and on up right now. So
Right.
The second round, this is playing best of 3, so they need to take this on the side of Refrigerator.
Right. Never played a best of 3 Highlander, payload game, so this is going to be quite interesting.
Oh, we have a pause? Or is that just supposed to be like? That is a pause, I'm pretty sure.
Alright. Well, it does give us some time to go over the logs before we get back into this.
Oh, have we found them? Leave me a second, I should be able to find them. I mean, I wonder if they just did the classic, like, oh, we have a certain amount of time we need to ready up by, so we're just gonna ready up and pause.
Oh, right. Yeah, that one.
Oh, there we go.
That's why they changed the rules in Australia to not allow you to pause within the first 10 minutes of games, because people were using that as time to get extra players in.
Of course.
But no, with the logs right now, I mean...
DZ Creeper top damage by
Yeah,
a pretty
10k
large margin.
damage, almost 500 DPM, pretty impressive there.
That is kind of surprising, because again, they were originally... I do believe they were starting Soldier on this team. Actually off-crossing, so... Kind of weird to see them not just playing demo, but also absolutely pounding. Although, of course, they are a very good demo, man. For
sure. I mean, as evidenced by the logs, definitely. It's interesting seeing, like, maybe we see the top 3 really coming through for the red team, DZ and the Soldier, the Sniper there, compared to Page being further down the list in, frags and damage.
Interestingly, though, the SVS was completely even, 3-3.
Yeah.
So, interesting to see. And actually, even the medics, like, being pretty even. The only difference was the one drop on Caspa.
Yeah, tragic. But, yeah, other than that, it does seem I mean, that one extra drop maybe is a bit of evidence of him pumping out a bit more heals onto his team.
Could be. Yeah, sometimes you drop just because you're being more forward, you're being more aggressive, and that's not always a bad thing. Because
Yeah,
you can see
definitely.
medics that it feels like they never die, but they're also just never with their team.
Yeah, exactly. What is interesting is that DZ did manage to get his significantly more amount of damage with
Yeah.
3k less heals than the blue demo. Getting less heals
Yeah.
than his heavy as well.
I think what really showed out though was just Peren dying 14 times.
Yeah, we saw that quite unfortunate, especially on that
I think
offense.
they were pushing fourth, and they died like 3 times to the sniper.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of feeds the logs pretty well on his side, but yeah, definitely can possibly cause a bit of a problem there. Don't know what they might be changing this time, if they might be discussing that during this pause to maybe try to keep him alive a bit more.
The tactical pass.
Yeah, it turns out it's a tactical pause. No one had
Yeah.
connectivity issues, that's just the excuse.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm gonna unplug my router for the tactical pass.
Oh, I used to do that. Pretty sure everyone's done that at some stage, right?
Yeah, sure.
we'll just go with that so I feel better.
I mean, actually, interestingly, would this have happened after the game started, or is this because STV is 90 seconds behind? In theory, hopefully it is.
Oh yeah, so maybe it could have been. It could have happened.
It could have been an actual tech issue.
Yeah, it could have been.
Unheard of.
Unheard of, an actual pause because of a tech issue. Never seen one of those before.
Could also just be people being rats.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get something interesting when someone's been back banned.
It'd be like a was that? That was a funny day.
Oh yeah. Invalidates the previous round, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go on that, I love going back on the TF2. I'll look at the match comms on that page. It's hilarious.
Oh man, very good fun.
But I don't know. Just waiting on people, I suppose. Classic Highlander.
Very classic Highlander. Spend a long time waiting for the game to start, then you spend a long time in the game waiting for something to happen, and then finally you spend a long time in pauses waiting for half the team to reconnect to the server.
Classic. Watch them like they've actually switched servers on this and they just haven't told me.
Oh yeah, it was a DDoS or something, and
The
they had to
classic.
change.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad as I was doing Div 2 6s last season. We were trying to cast one of their playoffs games, and we had a player like intentionally sabotage the STV on their server so I couldn't connect.
Wow.
And like, they were so pissy about not wanting to get casted.
Wow. I've never really seen a lot of people getting that angry about getting casted. Mainly,
Yeah.
it depends on who's casting them, but yeah, never just so much just not wanting to be casted.
Yeah, I don't even know. But thankfully, now we've smoothed things over with RGL. We have rules to prevent that.
Right, that's good. Just waiting for RGL to come and take over Highlander and sixes in Australia.
Well, they ran like Prolander in Australia, right?
Oh yeah, I played that. I think our team came second place a couple times.
Yeah, it's weird. Like RGL's forays into other regions. I know they closed down their European division. I think the Australian one still technically exists, but hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, we keep an eye out. I think we're mates with one of the Australian admins for it, so I'm hoping he gives us a early heads up if anything's happening, so we can organize a team for things there.
Yeah. I'm actually curious. What do you guys think about Prolander? Because I think it's fairly just regarded as like a side game mode in NA, but you've played it a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of seen as a side game mode. Not too many people play it over in Australia, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. I always made sure to make a team together, and apart from the stack of Prem players that always popped up for the medal in V1, just the same group that always dominated all the side things. Well, we did come second in the last 2 seasons run, so we ended up playing quite a bit of it, and it was good fun. So I was looking forward to another season of it, hopefully. But
I mean, hey, Yachts, if you're watching.
Yeah, let's get some more Prolander games going. Everyone loves seeing more engineers and sixes. In fact, I'll claim that. Yeah, definitely. I'll claim that me running the team I'm running in Oz Fortress 6s because I'm protesting the lack of Prolander. Maybe they'll make him bring it back. Just
Oh my God,
anything
I
to stop
remember.
what we're doing.
I remember I was scrimming a team. Like, this is literally like a week ago. We do a strat where, like, if we're pushing a last, this was on process, we'll build a sentry on second so we can just sack like 3 people into them.
Oh yeah, that's a great
And then
one.
they literally just ended the reservation.
Oh man, we actually pulled that on Just Jazz during the last Australian LAN.
Oh, LDU?
That one, and we put a sentry gun on their second and basically sat on their level 3 teleporter so that people could get back to the front lines faster.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Just Jazz, the producer, on the mic. Just to give my recount of that story, that LAN down under 2020, I'd actually started playing sixes. We got players moving, by the way, so I'll just wrap up my story. I actually started playing sixes so that I could go play at LAN.
Oh.
And so, as you can imagine, a couple months of sixes really isn't that much time to get you prepared. I remember facing Lugnut's team, and when he pulled out this sentry, it was like a sentry heavy and a pyro on Sunshine second. It was the funniest thing that I ever saw, because we tried to push out and we scuffed the push, and they pushed back into us with that full off-class setup. And I just remember yelling, "NG on me! NG on me!" And like we all just started pissing ourselves laughing, because it's like, it was just absurd. It's a very funny moment, and now Lugnuts is a very dear friend of mine. And he's also a geek. Alright, I'm gonna go back to pressing the production buttons. Have fun.
Definitely one of the best decisions I've made is to do that to Jazz and have him come up to me after the game was over and say, "Hey man, what the hell was that? Let's get to talking." Yeah, the game
Was I just seeing a red sentry in their spawn? Or is that hallucinating?
Probably, I'm assuming a hallucination.
Well, no, it was probably just a bug model because the pause. We did see some crit stickies come out, which we hadn't seen in the last defense, but didn't find anything, so who cares?
Yeah. Sentry gun has again been set up just on second, not even the tunnel hold here.
Yeah, interesting that they do that, because I've never really seen a team just kind of give up first like that. I mean, I guess they aren't really giving it up, they still have all their players there.
There is a Sigafu video detailing this strategy pretty in depth that, is really good description of, trying to push Snakewater first and second, so I can definitely see why they're trying to set up the sentry here instead of maybe further forward in the tunnel.
Yeah. Blizzard actually managed to find Tsar after a very awkward revolver fight. Love to see it.
Awkward revolver fights are what dreams are made of. Yeah,
it's like your worst nightmare if you're a spy, you just like missing shots.
Oh yeah. Thinking there's no MG for this.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Looks like Blue's getting ready to push at this up top, onto this team, onto the sentry. Maybe once they get the card a little bit further forward.
Yeah, most of these stickies clear, just a couple on the wall. Yeah, they're gone. So, the Pyro going in uncontested, actually. Gonna die eventually. But the Heavy, he's managed to get in. Never mind. Cleaned up by Beanie. Good positioning. A little more passive than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, Sentry Gun does go down, however, from more spam from RK. He's been really good at getting this Sentry on second spam down pretty well.
Yeah, just generally, he's been ruling the flank for Blue.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's straight back on hit, taking a 1v1 in the tunnel. We're gonna trade with Octa. I was listening, so I thought Octa was a heavy main? If I remember correctly?
So it's just everyone's hopping to everything else in this game.
I think he was supposed to be playing demo. So, no one's even main classing.
No, what a mains. And that's Frenny going down again.
Vincent, he actually got another.
Wow, Vincent.
Oh my god, okay.
My goodness.
Alright, Vincent, he's turning on.
Which really gives the space for Blue to push through here and just dominate the top
the cart from Octa, but denied by the spy in the end.
2 minutes and 26 seconds, making it a pretty quick push through for first and second for the Blue team.
Yeah. It's already spammed down on third, so I doubt there's going to be any kind of a hold.
Again, they've been getting...
We'll just get a heavy.
They've been doing really good on getting really forward on this third and preventing the red team from setting up in here.
Casp is very scared of that sightline that Sar has right now. But he'll find Arts abandoned on the cart. That's another one. So, bleeding a couple players as they try to make their way forward.
The heavy, who was already on low health, and gets out of it, it looks like, so... Is it
Yeah,
really
this is-
shaping up this game?
Yeah, and conversely, I haven't really seen Homeless do much of anything. He has a sniper as well,
My
so
goodness.
doing just about all you can on the security camera class. And that's
Security
basically
camera class.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically just the fourth hold gone. Like, they're pushing on the ramp. They might actually get punished for it. Demo man going down.
Arcade does hit the skybox and has enough health to actually try to re-bomb forward, so...
Let's see. Oh, Octa's behind. Could try to get something, but I think Arcade's aware of it.
I'm just already on to last here, with this third being... Well, sorry, this fourth being pretty much guaranteed
TK.
camp. My goodness.
Jesus, Wizard. Okay.
And the sap on the sentry gun as well. Wizard really just switching on during that pause. He clearly took the time to enable whatever hacks he had lying dormant on his computer.
It's the AI.
Yeah, for sure. Now we know which player's going to get backbanned in the pause.
Exactly. Uber Exchange should come red popping a fair bit later, but also in Flash, multiple players, so it's basically even.
They do pick up a lot of frags during that hold there, though, so...
I mean, we saw
going
how
down
good
again
their
in
last hold
sniper.
was last time. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah.
They definitely need it.
This time with 3 minutes 46 for all the other points being pushed. This gives a really good time for Blue to try to get this last, as long as they can crack it, which they failed to last time.
It did. And it looks like the hold has also solidified a lot more. You know, we no longer have like that kind of post-push chaos.
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
happening.
for sure.
I don't know. Scout Soldier trading on the flank, and not a whole lot to say right now. Homeless. Is he bleeding or is that Dynamite Hutch just bugged? 9
Not
HP,
too
just
certain.
hoping people don't bump into him.
Yeah. Dodging cleavers by standing still.
Yeah.
Playing
I
Luigi
mean, standing still
TF2.
is honestly the best dodge.
Sure. No one expects the spy to stand still.
But he does finally go down System Splash in the rocket. People trading out, but I don't know. It's not gonna much. Actually, the Uber's just gonna come straight in off. A couple kills on the flank. Gun goes down. And
They
I don't know.
get
The
denied
Uber's
by the
just not
pyro
doing a
this
lot.
time, but yeah, it doesn't really get too much.
Yeah, TK just not there this time. And with DZ Creeper and Homeless going down again, Paige has managed to find Dinko as well. This is actually disastrous.
Yeah, lots of frags coming through.
And the people
Cut
who dropped out of the
almost
cart, they're getting
being
met by this
pushed
level
over.
2 as well. That level 2 from Aeon actually did a lot of work for the people who are dropping down the cart. And
Yeah.
it'll finally go in. 5:43. Very good time.
Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna have a...
our,
Okay.
we're gonna have our producer just quickly reconnect to the server. But you're just gonna be missing setup. We'll radio cast it. It's all good.
Just like the old days.
Yeah. You know, like when we would sit at home, we had the big like set-top radio, and we would listen to the Highlander cast.
Oh, wasn't it 8v8 back in those days?
Oh yeah, probably was.
I
You're
was
right.
hearing on Crit's cast, you know?
Yeah, back in my day.
Back in my day, we didn't have this fancy Highlander game mode. We had Highland without the R.
He's gotta take out a letter.
Yeah, just show, take out a class, take out a letter.
Yeah. What class would you remove from Highlander?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Well,
Just
our
as
producer
Pyro.
has said Pyro. Yeah, my thoughts would either be Pyro, Sniper maybe. I mean, as an engineer, I have to mention Heavy just because I hate fighting them, but, you know, I think they're still valuable for the Highlander experience, so... Maybe Sentry Guns.
Just remove Sentry.
Yeah, not
Shotgun
Engineer though, yeah. Because I'm fine playing Shotgun Engineer, I just hate Sentry Guns.
I remember we had our team captain had a bind just saying, why do I have 2 scouts but one can build mini sentries?
Sounds explosive for me.
Yeah, but I don't know, a much more standard hold here with the gun in the tunnel. And TK goes down early, that's really the only picks. Homeless.
Yeah. Homeless
pretty
actually
standard.
surviving through quite a lot there. He got rocket jumped off in the first opening moments of the game, and still managed to get into the tunnel before dying, so pretty impressive from him.
Yeah, but the gun is back up, you know, they're not gonna try and do too much with that. And because they know, like, if they can just bleed out a minute on this first point, they've done all they need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where the hold really gets real.
Yeah, nice meeting in here. Visit is dead, so not going to be any fancy plays for him for the moment at least.
Interestingly, TK choosing to use the detonator and flog instead of the scorch shot. Oh, is that a
Then
super
another
lag or are we having
pause.
another pause?
Yeah,
Oh,
looks
it's
like
another
it.
pause.
Maybe Visit again getting reprimanded by admins for his earlier display.
I thought we were trying to figure out what Homeless had in his store.
Of course.
Yeah. He's got the flash drive.
I just want to give my input on the class that I'd like to see removed from Highlander. Actually, just in general, I think Sniper should be removed from TF2 in its entirety. But I just feel that a lot of the fights that you take in TF2 are very close quarters combat, right? You know, and if you're even in casual, like a lot of it's sort of dependent on whether or not you can just win the fight, and I feel like Sniper detracts from that, from being able to one-shot any class from across the map.
Yeah.
It's kind of a silly mechanic. Anyways,
I think we should remove medic because healing is for pussies.
Exactly. Well, word of gospel from Just Jazz. And we'll go back.
Speaking of Sniper, he's gonna find a head of TK on the push in, so no flog shenanigans coming out. And oh my god, fracture speed traded every which way. Visor found another too. Sarin, Nico Jims, and so the hold is gonna be pretty solid for now for red.
Looks like it. Well, the Creeper does get in behind, and they get some fresh pipes off there onto the Sniper.
And Visor again onto Nipnop. Yeah,
So now
apparently
it
a
is-
saw going down as well, so
Yeah,
I
so
don't think-
Casper's going to have Uber Ad here for his hold, which might throw a wrench in Blue's plans.
it may, but honestly I don't think it'd be that big a deal, because we what, 25%? That's only 15 seconds at best.
Unless they try to push early.
Unless, but they've got to be aware of it, right? These guys are in
Yeah,
tech for a reason.
they must be, they must be.
I've said that before. Oh my god, the demo spam into this upper room is just massive. Peren finding DZ Creeper. Beanie went down very, very low. And then Wizard's gonna find him as well, so. I mean, this man's just on a
8
tear.
players
He's
on
top
Blue right
scoring.
now as well. That's a missing Pyro, is it?
Oh. I didn't actually realize. That must have been what the pause was for, so I imagine we're gonna see him come back in soon. There he is, right back on in.
Alright.
Have
Gonna see a
to
full
what
team
happens.
coming out now again.
Wizard again, he found Sar.
My goodness. Though he does go down with it, they do pick up Oct as well with the Sniper, giving them a 2-player lead.
Yeah, and this is probably the most solid second hold we've ever seen. We've seen most of the previous ones, you know, you might get one failed push, but then after that it's been broken. And just not the case this time. Although one thing I did notice, Red did a way better job this time of holding the flank.
Definitely, definitely.
Gun's not getting spammed constantly.
This hold right here could actually be game winning for them, because they now only have 2.5 minutes left to push out, and you know Red is just decimated Blue right now.
Actually, I feel like I've just noticed it, but I don't know if they just changed their name or if that's a different player. We have Andrew in on Sniper,
Well,
which was different. Maybe their Sniper
could be, yeah, could be
like
a
internet
sub.
died or something. Could be a ringer.
Yeah, that could be what one of the pauses was related to.
Could have been. I don't know how long that's been the case. I just noticed.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to find out maybe from the logs how long he's been sniping for.
Maybe. It could also just be one of the cheeky little aliases. But I actually got seen Uber coming through tunnel. That's pretty rare. And I mean, hey, it worked. Found the combo.
Yeah, cleaned up the demo man at least on the combo side. So even though the Uber has come out from red, it's just going to be used to try to get Casper out, which he might not be able to do here. Yeah, cleaned up by the Pyro.
Nah, but Dinko went down as well. Nice bomb in from RK to find him. So, no harm, no foul. Oh yeah, so apparently Andrew is a sub. Their sniper internet's died. Yeah, shout out to Blake TF2 for the insider information. We always need our on-the-ground reporters.
Makes us sound like we're doing something a lot shady than we actually are. You know, we have informants.
I was gonna
Drop in
say
the chat.
we could also just be like actual professional sports.
Yeah, of course, of course. Got our feelers out.
We could also just be doing a drug deal. Who knows? Same thing. How
That's
is
the
Dinko
standard.
like 10
Shout out
HP
to
just
women.
standing in a room right now? Oh, I
It's
think
just
I
Highlander.
found out exactly why. TK like, oh, I'll go help you out. Instantly done.
Oh goodness. A lot of fixing it. I think it's a Widowmaker on the engineer here. Wow, for Nico, but he does get backstabbed by Wizard, cutting short his reign of terror.
Yeah, and I mean Andrew's gonna go down to homeless, so just Frag's being traded back and forth right now, but no one really coming out on top of it.
Yeah, really messy third hold at the moment. Nothing really looks to be setting up.
That's
quite
just
a bit.
Casper's
No
on the quick
sequence or
fix.
anything. Wow, just, yeah, 30 seconds left. I mean, this is pretty much one for red. Just that second hold there really
Yeah.
carried them through it for really solid defense here.
100%. And I don't know, that's gonna be 1-1 now. So all to be decided in the next round.
Yeah.
This is a best of 3 basically.
Right, so yeah, we in the Australian scene, we just have sort of one half and then it's done, so
Hmm.
we're not really
So
used to playing too much of this.
So apparently some more informing was happening, and apparently I guess they got Trin, but then he can't play RGL matches. So I don't know. I don't know who that is, so I'm gonna
Okay.
pretend like I do. Though the pause was probably so long before because they had to get their ringer approved.
Right, yeah. Yeah, this is assumingly not like Australian Highlander where all marks are just automatically denied out of the principle of everyone being salty.
Classic.
It's
Alright, but
gotten
I
a
do
lot better
have
since certain problem
I do have
players left.
some logs, I believe.
Alright.
I did alright. Yeah, I'm
Alright.
all on it.
Vizard, no surprising, topping the board, both
Top
in damage and
18 and 8.
frags.
You love to see it. Man, Spy is just sometimes it just gets absolutely shit on, but sometimes you just carry the game. That's how it works.
I mean, no one likes spies or spy mains. We put up with them for games like this.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the whole thing of it, really. Sometimes you're just a security camera. Other times you're the most annoying person on the server. So
Number one cause of tilt on the enemy team. But with Andrew as well, with really high accuracy on sniper and pulling in a lot of frags, seems like the sub's
Yeah.
going really well for them.
I mean, Page legendary sniper as well. So definitely living up to his replacement.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, hey, we're gonna be seeing the hold here, the last hold that we're gonna be seeing for red here. And we'll see if they do anything different this time. I mean, it worked for them well enough, so I don't know why they would necessarily change it up. And yeah, gun in the tunnel.
See, this is one of the things, like, essentially, I think if Australian teams could choose, instead of putting a gun in the tunnel, they just put it straight on second.
Yeah. So
which
here,
is why
actually, what's changed since last time, we had the medic and sniper at the window. Just to really drive home the intimidation factor. So I think they're gonna win this.
Yeah. Although, with no crit stickies as well, you know, which it...
Well, they didn't find anything last time, so...
It didn't, but the psychological factor, you know, it really creates an impact on the enemy team, just on their mentals.
Not when you have the scorch shot.
Of course not, of course. Scorch shot itself is a war crime, so...
Yeah, they unbanned it in 6s too, which makes me want to die, especially on Gully Wash.
They still haven't unbanned it in
Almost going
Australian
straight
sixes,
down.
so. Wow, lots of picks up from Andrew there. So that's 2 frags there at the start of the game. And 3, actually. My goodness.
Alright, Andrew.
Clearly living up to Page here.
Wait, okay, wait. So K&D played their match, and then Andrew's just... Because Andrew's on K&D. And then he's played their match. They were playing at the same time as it. They finished their match, and then Andrew's like, yeah, I'll ring.
Wow, okay. I'm actually surprised that he was allowed to on the other team, but, you know, hey.
I mean, you're in the same divs, I'm pretty sure allowed.
Alright, again.
Oh, he's a sub for K&D, he's not a starter, that explains it.
I see. But this does look like pretty forward here, pretty quick cap first, 50 seconds, you know?
Oh yeah, Boar's the main sniper for K&D, how can I forget?
Of course. And yeah, we'll see how this sentry getting set up, level 3 on second, pulled out successfully. And we'll see how well they push this.
Pulling out successfully is definitely something you want to do.
Good skill as engineer. The gun has disappeared. Oh no, it's been relocated to the other side of the map. I see. Maybe hoping to survive the...
Actually, something interesting that we've been seeing Peren do is using the loose cannon in this little room hole, which is probably obnoxious as hell to push it. And Vizard found DZ Creeper in the meantime, so no counter demo.
Andrew was taken down, well, doesn't seem to matter that Andrew was taken down because lots of frags coming through on red side.
Almost everyone on blue went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how I understand. It's like, you look away from your screen for 1 second and everyone's dead.
Yeah, sometimes how Highlander works.
Someone kind of picks being found though. Sar found Arts Hispanian and then Vizard went down as well, so. Yeah, it's a couple guys. Could maybe find something.
Yeah, I think if I use a frag launch here to re-push
Listen,
this second
A
point.
full, a vintage demo sack just going on it.
It does get the gun though, so, you know, arguably worth it. While Arcade does pop the battalion's back up, you know, try to get something done here over on the flank.
Yeah, I think just trying to stem the bleeding really more than anything.
Yeah, try to do another mental attack onto the blue team here.
Just the horn sounds cool.
Exactly. Horn demoralize the enemy and,
Yeah.
you know, provides morale to your allies, so.
They should just have more instruments.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's what we
Heavier
need.
drum. Hulk going
Just-
down, so does DZ Creeper as well, so.
So yeah, just again the pick class is really working out here for Red.
For sure. Arcade just bullying the engineer. And Andrew
Yeah.
losing the sniper 1v1 as well, that's...
I mean, crucially what we're seeing is just that this upper room hold is still intact.
Yeah.
And until that's broken, you really can't do a whole lot unless you like Uber through tunnel.
It's gotta be demoralizing though for blue team to, you know, lose players in these situations, to be, you know, not really able to get things there. Because every second bleeding away here is, of course, pretty
Actually
massive.
just gonna
when other
pop
teams
the
have had
Uber
such
straight
good
in.
offenses.
But Red, they were so well positioned for it. They popped so much later. Arts Hispanic can just clean all these guys up.
Andrew escaping this time will be available for post.
Visit
and
found
yeah,
two on the escape as well, like the entire flank.
Yeah, he did. They did lose their demo and their soldier for that. So, not entirely useless, but they will be able to get back up in time for the next push anyway, so... DZ going down to visit again. That's painful.
That's pretty good for them, but hey, I don't really know. Yeah, they're not really able to get a ton of space off it though. With the pyro, they'll be able to get
Quite a lot of
through the
frags
upper.
coming out here in the dry though. And Red
Yeah.
looks like they might actually be losing this point just to the dry push afterwards.
Yeah, and the dispenser armor, it wasn't good enough for Caspa. TK managed to take him down. A bit of mispositioning perhaps, but Andrew, man, is on a tear. He's on an 8K.
The man just doesn't stop.
Really doesn't.
Looks like someone's gonna have to send that to X-Time, you know, top 10 TF2 players of the week. It's got nothing to compete with apart from the occasional spy run and, you know, a few engineer 3Ks,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, joke is so bad.
I can't take credit for that. That was just Jazz, you know, he
Yeah,
forced me to
blame
do
Jazz.
it. He
Jazz
he
just
said
said,
it
"Here,
hurt my
make the
kids.
X-Time joke. Make the X-Time joke." Shut up, that's X-Time if you're watching me, yeah.
They are getting through on this third pretty successfully, you know, not shoving them back into spawn. Red will try to contest this, but Blue is getting forward on the card here, are still pushing it and getting quite a lot of space. Yeah, looks like they're getting
Poor
it
soldier
over.
just getting hit with a cleaver on the cart.
You
I
love
mean,
to
he's-
see it.
You see, like 510 to push this it's not great.
No, yeah, that's quite a long time, but if they do get through this fourth point really quickly, they could still set them up for a decent enough time to get a good hold.
Oh, and there's Sark. He's finally getting the on this. Got Pup and RK. With Nipnop as well, cleaning up Wizard, so that's good momentum here for Blue to try and make this push a little faster than it could have been. And with the gun going down, I think they will secure fourth in quite a timely fashion, so which they really needed.
For sure. But now we'll see if they can crack this last hold, though. Which they should have a bit better time on than the other team would, but... Yeah, we'll
It's
have to
head
see.
1v1 with both snipers missing. You love to see it.
It's the typical Div 6 sniper gameplay that you love to see.
It's just the classic of like, when just the more times that each person misses, the more awkward it gets.
Yeah.
And everyone just wants it to end.
Seeing you both run out of ammo and you're sitting there staring at each other. Or is this just me on Scout?
I think it might just be you.
Oh no. Quite a few frags onto blue team's gonna blunt their push there though. But they are getting quite
Oh,
a lot
the
of
Uber.
damage done through this top area.
Yeah, but that pop was so early, it's not gonna get anything besides RK.
Yeah.
It's a really good job of him. I think it was a force. I didn't quite see it. I would assume with him dying immediately after.
Yeah, after they lost their players, they kind of just tried to push through that room and just had to force the Uber on and try to do something with it. They were too far forward to really get out.
Poor homeless man. He got hit by like the one stray particle of flame. Oh, he was invincible. You hate to see it.
Killed by the whip. That's painful.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, that pyro has balls of steel. It's like, yeah, I'll peek their whole team.
Yeah, screw it. I got reflex. Ooh,
This
Vizard
Vizard
stabbing the
Daisy
demo
Creeper.
again.
That's always like the worst feeling when you see like literally 6 players looking directly at you, and then you're the one who gets stabbed.
Yeah. Oh man. Starting to question all life choices that led to this moment.
Yeah, like playing Highlander. But you're gonna see this pop straight on in. Actually, a lot more
Casper,
effective than the last
Field,
one.
and the demo. Blue looks like they have pretty solid control over this, although frags are relatively even. But
Yeah,
it does
they
look
have
like
the
Blue
sentry.
does have the upper
They have
hand.
the sentry by the cart, which like when you can get that and just deny all the people dropping down, it really helps you out.
Hmm.
So, I mean, 742. It's not the worst time, all things considered.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, it's similar to the first time that they got on their first defense. So, yeah, we'll have to see how they really go on this one.
Yeah, except like the difference is this time instead of getting hold up on third, they got hold up on second.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, we did see a very good last hold from the teams on there. So we'll have to see if the defense from My Netgraph is a war crime will hold it up. All to play for in this round.
What a great name.
Yeah, but I really like if you have a chance, you can go to the RGL website. You can see the refrigerators team logo. It is just a like stock picture of a refrigerator with like MS Paint Arial like font over it saying the word refrigerator.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Really, really great imagination coming out from these teams
Yeah. I just wanted to speak to the man who made it.
here. For sure. A lot of creativity went into that.
I
Lot of
do remember
ingenuity.
seeing on a stream someone showed the concept art for it, because no, that's actually not the concept.
Wow.
This is very serious.
There's some serious gaming here. They're professional esports. Heavy going
I
down,
don't know
so
how
does
art
RK.
created.
Let's see if they can actually get a bit of a longer hold here. Oh, but with Andrew, with those frags coming through, that might not be possible.
Well, losing your soldier for a sniper is a trade you'll take, because Creeper
Yeah,
can manage to find
definitely.
him. And interestingly, the main difference between these two holds is obviously Netgraph have been opting to just keep the sentry on second and hold the rest of their team in tunnel. And okay,
Yeah.
Vizard, he just found Sar somehow. Don't know how that happened.
He's probably asking himself the same thing after the all game doing the same stuff, so...
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, you said that Vizard, like, he's really just been popping off again.
Yeah, it really has.
At the
I
same
think
time,
he heard what
Homeless.
we were saying about him.
Yeah, at the same time, Homeless just hasn't had the same impact that he did in the first round.
Yeah. Okay, there's a push coming through on blue into this top room, but yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like they're just getting cleaned up off it.
Yeah, you can't really do much in that room without your pyro, so they'll just have to wait. Because
Yeah.
you can't clear the stickies very easily. Yeah, that's just so annoying.
Casper still has Uber for it, so, you know, nothing too big lost there. If
And
Sentry
again,
gun does
RK
go down,
is
spam
able to
down.
just... Yeah, RK is able to just rule that flank and spam the gun, spam the dispenser, spam everyone just standing in that upper room. Poor Nico, his sentry's gone down like 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah, he's
and
been getting
finally
bullied
gets the
so
Uber
far.
exchange.
Oh, and dies at the afterburn just before touching the pad.
The red Uber has managed to get through the door though, which we haven't seen usually. Because of that, they're gonna manage to clean up a lot of kills. TK just out in absolute terror, finally put down.
Put down by Andrew, as you know, as is tradition. Seems like he's going to be ending a lot of people's streaks this game.
Yeah. We're keeping his
Just
own
getting
very well.
another stab as well. He's just been
Yeah.
consistently picking up kills.
Just preventing that aggression on the flank to counter RK for Octa. And I will say Octa has really not had the greatest of games on the flank. But it looks
For
like,
sure.
oh, Dinko went down. Ooh, that could be
Wow.
bad.
Yeah, that's tragic. But and they're just pulling immediately back to third here.
Yeah, that's really bad. I don't think they're going to be able to hold third as well, because their medic is not up for another 5 seconds. They
Yeah,
have
they're
a
gonna
level
have big
1, but
Uber set.
yeah, no, they're not committing anything to it. Just a pirate
Yeah.
peeking out of the door.
This could be the success they need to sort of just roll this through third, maybe roll this through fourth, and you know get it on to last.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We have a forward heavy on fourth, and the rest of the team's just getting there. We got the gun going up on ramp, so I think there will be a hold here. Just a
No.
question of how long.
The
And we did
offense
see-
is second, didn't
Yeah. I'll say we did see in the past that Netgraph's last holds are very good.
he? Yeah,
So-
definitely.
It's definitely not out of it by any means, but Andrew, he's not making a great case for it. Heavy going down. They really just have to go out, I think.
Yeah, definitely. If they can deny Andrew, get this, get this sort of set up a little better, get the level 3, then,
But they did have to
hopefully
use
get
the
some
Uber
fun.
at the very least to get in, and oh no, but everyone's gone down to it. Really nice plays. Will manage to net them a huge into last, and that could be the fatal blow.
Yeah, they just don't manage to get this heavy here, however, so, he'll be available for delaying this last push, which gives
Yeah,
Red
Bean,
just enough time maybe to set this up.
yeah, Beanie sort of keeping them at arm's distance, but we'll stall it a little bit. But still, 4 minutes to make this last push work, and there's no gun. The heavy's out of position. No one's even on the high ground yet. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, and Vizard just lying in wait, ready to get another chain stab maybe. Gets past the
Maybe.
pirate.
But I don't know. They're struggling to get anything established. But Blue has somewhat backed off.
Yeah, Vizard getting onto the sniper, but gets spotted, gets cleaned up by the no-scope body shot, so
Nice reflex from TK. Just take down RK. Not
Yeah.
getting anything today.
it looks like it's going to be settling in for a long last hold. Uber does come in quickly right on top of them, and does pick up the demo who gets dropped by the meta.
Actually, a bit of an interesting sentry there on the high ground with the Wrangler instead of just in the usual spot.
But does get moved now that the Uber's gone.
I guess Cohen probably couldn't get spammed up there as easily.
Yeah.
But
A lot of frags
Ooh,
coming up.
Nipnop. Nice kills on the cart, but I don't know if it's enough. There's just no players here for Red.
Yeah. This looks like it might be going through
Oh,
here.
big bomb from Oct. He got 2, but is it enough? There's still 2 people on the cart. It is
No,
not.
and that's successful pushover.
So the game will be 2-1 here to Refrigerator. Good games to Netgraph. They put up a fight. And, I don't think people necessarily going into this would have expected them to make it 2-1. So they'll salvage that at the very least.
Definitely was a close
GGs.
game. Really, really good to see. They really go as a show there. So congrats to both teams there. Really showed off their skill quite a lot.
Let's see if I can find some logs for the last game.
Hunting for long.
Believe these are it. Wait, no. 1-0, is that just a weird thing? Might just be weird.
They might not have updated.
Unfortunate. It was just as linked. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, Andrew, no surprise, absolutely pounding.
Disgusting. Over 500 damage per minute, almost 30 frags, with over 50% accuracy on sniper.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? He just he took whatever Paige was doing and kicked it into high gear. And just behind that, Paren only getting 4 kills, but second highest damage in the server. That's just demo man sometimes.
The slack of his kills was picked up pretty decently by both his scout and his sniper, though. Getting 12 and 16 kills. So, maybe all he really needed there was the damage, with So getting a 50% accuracy as well on the sniper rifle. So
yeah, Andrew just definitely popping off though, winning the SVS 4-2.
Yeah.
And I mean, no, go on.
No, go for it.
I don't really have much to say, but yeah, I just what can you say, Andrew? What a champion!
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can imagine there might be a little bit of regret, maybe allowing him to mark there, but
I will say shout out to Nipnop. He gave very good effort in that last round.
for sure. I mean, really just pretty outstanding from both teams here, from all the players. Like, while Andrew did kind of take the spotlight there, a lot of players on both teams really did quite a lot to sort of cement their position there. I mean, just 1 or 2 things really just allowed them to slip through. Like that pick on the medic, that quick push through 4th, and yeah, just the sloppy post fights on last really just sort of ended things.
Yeah, and I think bringing Andrew was a good idea.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't think they're going to regret that at all.
It was a very good strategy.
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, find a good sniper to ring. That's always a solid strategy for Highlander.
Just swap one of the most important people on your team after a round.
As is tradition.
Is it tradition?
Oh well, it depends on what your region's tradition on denying Mercs is. So, for a long period, the standard meta in
Actually-
Highlander in Australia was no one. If they're not on the roster, they're not allowed to play.
Yeah. Never. I mean, I don't personally have too much to say. I don't know about you, Lugnuts.
No, not too much really.
Alright, so I
Pretty
think
clean game. Yeah, pretty much.
we can pretty safely wrap it up here. If you've enjoyed this, yeah, we are gonna just wrap it up here. If you did enjoy this, please consider sending a follow. We're gonna be doing some more NA TF2 in the future, as well as the Brazilian League FBTF starting up very soon. So you can give us a follow if you want to check out casts of that. In the meantime, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I'll just give a shout out to any Australians here watching or New Zealanders. I saw Lizard Wizard in the chat, so Andreas. Give a shout out to my boy Zach, who I know is going to be watching the stream, and just all the regular lads from BTG and Intellectual Powerhouse who I've got to shout out every stream. Shout out to Just Jazz and CappingTV for having me here to cast, and shout out to you, man, for a great co-cast.
Thank you very much. A shout out to you, of course, for coming out to cast from Australia. It is obviously kind of a weird time zone thing, but glad we can make it work. And of course, shout out to Just Jazz again for production tonight. We're going to be heading over to, I believe, the RGL stream, where they're doing Ferroyotech versus Wonderwall in the Sixes League. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching.